Hey fam, how you doing? Eli here. I'm here with a very special guest as well. I have right next to me Susan Boyle. Hello. How you doing, Sus? You're gonna chill with me while I do this little shoe video. This is gonna be one of my first videos actually. Hello. In regards to shoes. So I've got a pair of Jordan 4s here. I'm gonna just run through a couple of things, how to pretty much pick up like fake ones and what to look for when you're buying your shoes, just so you don't buy a piece of shit fake. So I'm gonna switch the camera around, so give me 2 seconds. So, here we have it. What do you think, Susie? Pretty good? I think she likes it. So, we're gonna just open up real quick. Actually, before we do that, we are going to turn the box here. So, I've seen a lot of videos with, fake comparisons and whatnot. Now, there's always a good way to start off with looking at a box of shoes that you're about to buy. Always recommend there should be a suggested retail price. Now in this type of box there is actually a sticker here. Now these are from like 2014. They're the Toro Bravos, so they've got a little sticker and they're $219.95, which is pretty dope. So go over here and you got your font here. It does look pretty good. Now you do get some fakes with some really shonky writing. It's either going to be too small or just way too big. Don't worry about too much with this positioning, just more so the sizing of the font, and don't get too caught up on this as well, because there's way more like convincing factors when looking at the shoes. Okay, so that's just one of the things. You also want to make sure the box is like looking pretty good. This should look like the real cement gray, not like have any tinges of pink or anything in it. And yeah, you've got the light jump man on the top. I always like to before buying a pair, I like to compare it with photos online, and also before I made this video I had to watch other ones as well, so that's how I always like to find my stuff. So here we go. Just get the pair out now. Give me 2 seconds. Play some elevator music for you. Alright, there we go. Hope you enjoyed that elevator music. Now, we have the pair Jordan 4 Toro Bravos. What a wicked pair this is. You get the flowers, get that cinematic background. Damn! Anyways, back into the review. Well, not really a review, but how to tell if it's bloody fake. Let's start off with a couple of things. Before you go and buy your shoe, suss out who you're buying it from, okay? It's pretty important, to know like at least that the seller's not dodgy. So depending on where you're getting it from, if you're getting it from Facebook, where I get most of my shoes from, you can always do legit checks. There's actually groups where people legit check shoes for you, but if you're doing it yourself and you want to learn, this is probably the best way. But you can legit check the seller as well. So that's always a bit of common sense, guys. Like really learn if you're really going to get into buying a lot of shoes, because I buy quite a few, so I'm communicating with these people all the time. You just want to kind of get to know them a little bit before just giving you bloody money over. So yeah, get to know them, ask them a couple questions, see if they're sold before, all that good stuff. But yeah, just have a bit of common sense when talking to someone. But not everyone's trying to scam you, so yeah, it's pretty easy just not to get scammed, to be honest, nowadays. So you just have to know what to do. Now anyways, let's have a look at this shoe. Where shall we start? One thing that I like to look at here is this hang tag, right? Now, you've got some of these fakes that come with these hang tags, but a lot of them don't. It's always a good sign to actually see this Now, you also want to feel the quality of it as well. A lot of the times fake hang tags, their quality is really bad. This one's pretty sturdy. You can indeed bend it as well, which is pretty good, and it won't like break or anything. So that's always a good thing. I believe the fake hang tags, you can't do that. You actually can't bend it corner to corner. Yeah, that's a big thing to look for. So if you've got no hang tag, that's a bit of a red flag, but you know, you'll probably live if they've just said they've lost it or not. Now, the next thing that I really like to look at is in here. You want to open up this shoe, and if you can get them to send you photos of the shoe, always get them to send this tag here. Now, let me just focus it for you. You see how it's all like bendy and it's kind of moving when I'm moving the shoe around. It's not puffed out and it's not like completely flat. That's actually what you want to see, right? You want to see all this like nice bendy kind of wavy action going on, and it feels really, it feels quality. It feels like a nice plastic. That's what you want to see. So you don't want to see like a puffy kind of logo. I'll put a picture up so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. That, oh god damn, that's a bee right there. Okay, I nearly got attacked by a bee, but that's okay. That's definitely one of the big things you want to look for. Okay, so that's the second thing. You got the hang tag, you've got that inside there. Now let's turn this bad boy around. So another thing you want to look at, this stitching here is also an important thing. Let me just focus. This stitching is pretty important, and also the feeling of this. If you've got it in hand, you can feel it. It's not gonna feel like, this feels sturdy and it's flapping back straight up. So you want it to be pretty sturdy, not like it's gonna feel like it's gonna break. Like that's yeah, you can hit it as many times as you want, it's fine. Also, a lot of the times they have like this cut line at the back, the fake ones. So yeah, do look out for that as well. You also want to look at the Jordan logos. They look good. It's not completely straight, like just a straight stick arm. There is detail in the arm, so you also want to look for that as well. If you turn the shoe, let's have a look here. Another thing which is really interesting, this mesh here is actually pretty hard to replicate because it's such a good material. If you feel this in any of your Jordans, it'll be nice and soft, and it's a really nice, it's almost like a rubber. It's really nice, and when you scratch it, you get that nice deep sound. So with the fakes, they're gonna have a cheaper plastic kind of, you know, just a cheap material mesh, and it's going to be almost wavy, and it won't be like nice and symmetrical, and you know, it won't have that sound. When you scratch it, you'll get a very high pitched sound, because it's not the same material. So this is, when you run your finger along it, it's almost soft, so it's really nice. Another thing here, if you look in the triangle, this here will be the quality, the workmanship will be higher a lot of the times. So, and then you can compare it to the other side. They're both very similar. That's the inside of the shoe as well. You compare it to the other side, they're bang on, right? You can see both of them. The other ones will be all over the place. The biggest thing with fakes as well, it's pretty easy to tell. You've got to look at the stitching. So the stitching has to be nice and clean, especially on a pair of 4s. Even down here. Okay, I had to put Susan Boyle away. She was barking at the other dogs. But anyways, back onto this. Yeah, all the stitching around the toe has to be nice and clean. Especially another thing on these Toro Bravos, you've got to notice, you'll see that's a nice pinky, peachy red stitching. It's almost pretty light there, as you can see. On the fakes, they will have a dark red stitching. So even the smallest tiny little details matter when you're really buying, you know, these are going for like $700 on StockX. So it's pretty important that you get this kind of stuff right. Now let's have a gaze at another thing here. Let's go with, oh, this is a really good giveaway. Now, you see all these dots just behind the shoe here? That one seems to have peeled off, but you do have the dots all there, and it's on all the sides. Here's a perfect example as well. You want all the dots to be kind of sitting on their own. As soon as you see a dot, you want it to look like this. You don't want the dot, you see that dot there? You don't want the dot to be merging halfway, like that dot to be halfway on this gray area. Their stencils are off, and that's a good indication of fake. So they're not gonna be looking nice and clean like this. So you can see a little tiny tab there at the end, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for it to be halfway. So also look for that. You won't see that in real pairs. Obviously mass production, there'll be a few flaws here and there, but all the stuff, you know, you put it together, you can pretty much work it out. Now you also want to look at stitching around here. Make sure it's very nice and clean. The tongue height is also another important thing. You look behind here is another good giveaway. You want to make sure this Air Jordan stitching is really clean. Nice and bang on like that. No loose ends, no jagged edges. You don't want any of that, because that's just going to indicate, you know, something going on that's a bit dodgy. And I believe you guys can do a good job. It's pretty easy because you can apply the same principles with these Jordan 4s to the next pair of 4s. Doesn't matter. They all slightly differ, but they all kind of, you know, follow the same principle. So if you guys are unsure as well, feel free to send me some pictures as well, and I will be happy to help you kind of, you know, legit check them if you like. And yeah, I'm always available, so just message me. You can message me on my sneaker selling page. It's called Next. It's on Instagram at Next on Kicks. So I will be uploading this pretty much everywhere on my Instagram and also on Next on Kicks. So yeah, if you've got any questions, just hit me up there. Any shoe related stuff, just hit me up there. And if you have questions as well, you can leave them in the comments too. And yeah, have a good day, guys. And anything else you guys see that I've missed, please, I'm always looking to learn more. Leave them in the comments too, bro, and girls and whatever. Anyways, see you guys. Here's some cinematics for you.